Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. These guys face off for the WBA welterweight title July 20th in Las Vegas at my favorite casino, the MGM. Manny, I want to start with you. You're 40 years old. You're taking on a guy in his prime, undefeated. Would this be your greatest accomplishment if you were able to beat Keith Thurman?
Yes, this is the test of my career, being 40 years old, and I just want to prove it that I can still fight at 40 years old.
Yeah, we saw you against Adrian Broner looking good. Another win. Pacquiao 2.0, Keith. Compare him to the iconic Pacquiao first version, which we all grew to love.
Yeah, you know, Pacquiao was so devastating when he was coming up in the ranks and making a name for himself at 147. You know, him sitting right next to you, you know, he's always been a smaller man, but he just comes to fight, man. I mean, the fans love Pacquiao. I've always enjoyed Pacquiao fights. I'm looking forward to being in the ring with him. But, you know, obviously, I'm going to show him at 40 years old, he does not belong at the top anymore. And that's what's going to happen at the MGM Grand.
Oh, Keith, I want to ask you a follow-up. I get Manny's motivation. This could be his greatest accomplishment, a cherry on top of a Hall of Fame career. I don't understand why you're fighting Manny, I
like that.
rather than Errol Spence, someone else, someone in their prime.
Well, first things first, for those who followed me in my career, they know that I had a 22-month layoff when I fought. A week after Manny fought Adrian Broner, I fought in New York City, a comeback fight against Jose Cito Lopez. So that was 22 months out of the ring. You know, athletes, when we get injured, I told everybody, I'm not fighting the young guys this year. This is a get-back year. January, I got back in the ring, and now I get to fight a veteran. This is a beautiful moment in the sport of boxing. This is history. This is the old guy versus the young lion. Does the veteran have what it takes to show that he's the vet and that young guys can't just come up and win because they're young? They got to work harder than that. And for me, you know, Manny Pacquiao is a legend in the sport. He's a Hall of Famer. And for me to end his legacy is the start of mine.
Now, I get he's a cash cow, too. Let me put on my promoter hat. I mean, you can say all that you want, but compare this version, what you expect to see, and prime Pacquiao. What's the greatest difference?
Well, you know, I think the first thing is we haven't seen Pacquiao knock anybody out in a while. Myself personally, I haven't had knockouts, but he's motivated. He knows he's fighting an undefeated young champion. He wants to make a statement. I'm fighting an older man who believes he can beat a young man. For me, that's disrespectful, you know, in the first place. Well, as soon as you signed the contract, you disrespected me. You know, I appreciate it, you know what I mean? And I can't have a career if nobody signs contracts. But as a fighter, I get a little offended, like, oh, but he has confidence. He thinks he's going to do something, you know. But that's how I take all fights, and Manny Pacquiao is no different.
Manny, I'm an old man. I want you to beat this young guy's ass. Tell me why you're going to do it. Why can you beat Keith Thurman?
I think based on my experience in boxing, and I've been in this sport for more than 2 decades, and my experience will show. And I think I saw his style, and I need to work hard. I admit that I need to work hard and 100% condition, make sure 100% condition on July 28th, because he's tough, he's undefeated, and I'm so motivated because I'm fighting a young and undefeated.
Manny, are you going to continue on? Do you want to fight Floyd Mayweather again?
Well, anytime I'm still in this sport, so anybody I can fight. But right now my focus is with Keith, because we know we can. I believe that we can bring good fight to the fans, and that's why the fans should watch this fight, because it's going to be a lot of action in the ring.
I love the respect up here right now.
A lack of respect over here.
He's saying it, but there was times where I question if it was so respectful. You say you're going to retire Manny Pacquiao the same way he retired Oscar de la Hoya.
Yes, sir.
You want to explain that?
You know, Manny Pacquiao, he was making a big name for himself at that time, and Oscar was just a huge name in the sport of boxing. I mean, he was the golden boy. You know, we knew he was a little bit over the hill when Manny stepped in the ring, but Manny didn't. He was still up against a bigger man. He still was up against Oscar De La Hoya, and he dismantled De La Hoya, stopping De La Hoya and being De La Hoya's last fight. I want to make a big statement like that at the MGM Grand on July 20th. You know, I'm a boxer full-time. He's got 2 jobs, you know. I mean, it just sounds like he's ready for retirement, you know. And how many people in life get to punch a senator in the face, you know? I mean, this is going to be a fun event.
Wow, Pacquiao.
Well, my answer is this. I'm not Oscar De La Hoya. I'm different compared to him. The way I work hard, the way I train, I always motivated. The way I work, prepare for the fight like this, especially like this, fighting with a young and undefeated. We'll see. I mean, it's hard to talk too much right now because July 28th it's not yet hit.
Like talking with them hands, huh?
Yeah, exactly. What I'm talking about is what I'm saying is the fans should tune in and watch this fight because I'm pretty sure, guaranteed that this is going to be a good fight.
Manny, meeting you, and this is the first time I've been this close to you. I've been to some fights or whatever, but you do seem like a politician, a dignified person. You seem a long way away from the mad fighter, the hungry fighter you were 20 years ago on your way up. Can you recapture that fire? Because it's going to take that kind of fire to take on someone like Keith. Can you take off the suit and tie and not be a politician and just be the beast you need to be to take out a guy like that?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm so motivated for this fight. It is different than the past fight that I had, but this fight is different because he's saying that he's going to send me to retirement, and I believe that only God can will tell me to when I'm going to retire, and not a man. I mean, not my opponent. And also the way I work hard, the way I train, I think I have to prove it on July 28th.
Ooh, don't let the smooth taste fool you. That's what I just heard him say, basically. Looking at Keith and his game, what's his greatest weakness that you want to exploit?
You know, I saw a lot of weakness of him, but I will not tell you because that's my
You said enough. I see a lot of weakness here. You said enough.
Keith, let me ask you this before we let you go, because I want to pin you down on one thing. And look,
Okay.
I will be at the fight July 20th, the MGM. That's my favorite hotel. Love the fight. Can't wait to see this fight. However, did I hear you say that next year you're going to take on the Errol Spencers of the world, the guys in their prime?
Well, like I said, I need to get the ball back rolling. It's been 4 years since I fought twice in 1 year.
Are you going to fight Errol Spence?
I'm going to fight whoever they put in front of me. I want more belts. I want more money. I want more pay-per-views. Errol Spence, whoever's winning, he's still got to stay winning. I believe he's going to win. I believe he is number 2, and I'm the number 1 welterweight in the welterweight division. Until a man beats me, they cannot call themselves number 1.
You and Errol Spence would be magical. We had to wait forever for Manny and Floyd. Don't make us wait on Keith and Errol.
And you're not going to have to wait long. Like I said, let me get back in motion. I told all the writers from the beginning of this year, we're not talking about Spence this year. 2020, we can make it happen.